Welcome to Principles of Management. This lecture is looking at Chapter 18, Managing Services and Manufacturing Operations. The learning outcomes include discuss the kinds of productivity and their importance in managing operations, explain the role that quality plays in managing operations, explain the essentials of managing a service business, describe the different kinds of manufacturing operations, and explain why and how companies should manage inventory. Managing the daily productions of goods and services, or operation management, is a key part of a manager's job. Productivity is a measure of performance that indicates how many inputs it takes to produce or create an output. Productivity equals outputs and divided by inputs. The fewer inputs it takes to create an output, or the greater the output from one input, the higher the productivity. For companies, the higher productivity that is doing more with less results in lower costs for the company, lower prices, faster service, higher market share, and higher profits. Productivity matters because it results in a higher standard of living in terms of higher wages, charitability giving, and making products more affordable. Another benefit of productivity is that it makes products more affordable or better. Partial productivity indicates how much a particular kind of input it takes to produce an output. Partial productivity equals outputs divided by a single kind of input. Partial productivity assesses how efficiently companies use only one input, such as labor, when creating outputs. Multi-factor productivity indicates how much labor, capital, materials, and energy it takes to produce an output. Multi-factor productivity equals outputs divided by labor plus capital plus materials plus energy. Multi-factor productivity is an overall measure of productivity that assesses how efficiently companies use all the inputs it takes to make outputs. Managers should use both productivity measurements. Thanks to advances in robotics design and artificial intelligence, we are at the beginning of another surge of automation. This is one driven by robots. Robots are machines or programs capable of completing complex tasks. Work can be automated with robots in three ways: robotic process automation, intelligence recognition, and collaborative social robotics. The American Society of Quality gives two meanings for quality. It can mean a product or service free of deficiencies, or it can mean the characteristics of product or service that satisfies customer needs. Quality products usually possess three characteristics: reliability, serviceability, and durability. 5 factors typically distinguish a quality service: reliability, tangibles, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. iOS 9000 is a series of 5 international standards from iOS 9000 to iOS 9004 for achieving consistency in quality management and quality assurance in companies throughout the world. iOS 14,000 is a series of international standards for managing, monitoring, and minimizing an organization's harmful effects on the environment. iOS 27,000 is a series of 12 international standards for managing and monitoring security techniques for informational technologies. To become iOS certified, a process that can take months, a company must show that it is following its own procedures for improving production, updating design plans and specifications, keeping machinery in top condition, educating and training workers, satisfactorily dealing with customer complaints. The Baldrige Performance Excellence Awards, which are administered in the U.S. government's National Institution for Standards and Technology, is given to recognize U.S. companies for their achievements in quality and business performance, and to raise awareness about the importance of quality and performance excellence at a competitive edge. The Baldrige Award indicates the extent to which companies can have actually achieved world-class quality. Total Quality Management, TQM, is an integrated organization-wide strategy for improving product and service quality. TQM is a philosophy of overall approach to management that is characterized by three principles: customer focus and satisfaction, continuous improvement, and teamwork. Customer focus is an organizational goal to concentrate on meeting customers' needs at a level of the organization. Customer satisfaction is an organizational goal to provide products or services that meet or exceed customers' expectations. Continuous improvement is an organization's ongoing commitment to consistently assess and improve the process and procedures used to create products and services. Variation is a deviation in any form, condition, or appearance in a product from the quality standard for that product. Teamwork is a collaboration between managers and non-managers across business functions and between companies, customers, and suppliers. Services differ from goods in several ways. Goods are produced or made, but services are performed. Goods are tangible, but services are intangible. Services are perishable or unstorable. Managing a service operation is different from managing a manufacturing or production operation. The key concept behind this service profit chain is internal service quality, meaning the quality of treatment that employees receive from companies' internal service providers, such as management, payroll and benefits, human resources, and so forth. Good internal service leads to employee satisfaction and service capability. High-value service leads to customer satisfaction and customer loyalty, which in turn lead to long-term profits and growth. Service recovery is restoring customer satisfaction to strongly dissatisfied customers. With respect to service recovery, empowering workers means giving service employees the authority and responsibility to make decisions that immediately solve customers' problems. Not all manufacturing operations are the same. Manufacturing operations can be classified according to the amount of processing or assembly that occurs after a customer order is received. The highest degree of processing occurs in make-to-order operations. A moderate degree of processing occurs in assembly-to-order operations. A second way to categorize manufacturing operations is by manufacturing flexibility, meaning the degree to which manufacturing operations can easily and quickly change the number, kind, and characteristics of products they produce. In continuous flow production, products are produced by continuously rather than at discrete rates. Line flow production processes are pre-established, occur in serial or linear manners, and are dedicated to make one type of product. Batch production involves manufacture of a large batch of different products in standard lot sizes. Job shops are typically small manufacturing operations that handle special manufacturing processes or jobs. Inventory is the amount and number of raw materials, parts, and finished product that a company has in its possession. The four kinds of inventory manufacturer stores is raw materials, component parts, work in process, and finished goods. Inventory kind changes as a product is made. Raw material inventories are the basic inputs in the manufacturing process. Raw materials are fabricated or processed into component parts inventories, meaning the basic parts used to manufacturing a product. The component parts are then assembled to make unfinished work in process inventories. Finished good inventories are the final outputs of the manufacturing process. Managers need good measures of inventory to prevent inventory costs from becoming too large. Three basic measures of inventory are average aggregated inventory, weeks of supply, and inventory turnover. Average aggregated inventory is the average overall inventory during a particular time period. Weeks of supply means the number of weeks it would take for a company to run out of its current supply inventory. And inventory turnover is the number of times per year that the company sells or turns over its average inventory. Inventory cost is not the cost of the inventory itself. Maintaining an inventory incurs in four kinds of costs: ordering, setup, holding, and stock out. Ordering cost is the cost associated with ordering the inventory. Setup cost is the cost of changing or adjusting a machine so that it can produce a different kind of inventory. Holding cost, also known as carrying or storage cost, is the cost of keeping inventory until it is used or sold. Stockout cost is the cost incurred when a company runs out of product. Inventory management has two basic goals: avoid running out of stock and thus angering and dissatisfying customers, efficiently reduce inventory levels and costs as much as possible without impairing daily operations. The following inventory management techniques, economic ordering quantity, just-in-time, and materials requirement planning, are different ways of balancing these competing goals. Economic order quantity, EOQ, is a system of formulas that help determine how much and how often inventory should be ordered. With just-in-time inventory systems, component parts arrive from suppliers just as they are needed at stages of production. Kanban is a ticket-based just-in-time system that indicates when to reorder inventory. Materials requirement planning, MRP, is a production inventory system that determines the production schedule, production batch size, and inventory needed to complete final products. Material requirement planning is a production and inventory system from beginning to end, precisely determines the production schedule, production batch size, and inventories needed to complete the final project. Key components include detailed schedule, indicating quantity of each item to be produced, production schedule, and planned delivery dates for these items. The bill of material identifies all necessary parts in inventory, the quantity or volume to be ordered, and the order of parts assembly, and inventory records, which indicate kind, quantity, and location of inventory on hand or ordered. Independent demand system is an inventory system in which the level of one kind of inventory does not depend on another. This is found in the economic order quantity formulas. And dependent demand systems, an inventory system in which the level of inventory depends on the number of finished units being produced. This would be in the just-in-time and the MRP systems. As always, thank you so much for listening to this lecture. I also want to take a moment to thank you for being a part of this class. Every class I have is enjoyable, and I'm glad you're here to take it.